Hi, I'm Anthopants. I'm playing Streets of Rage 2. I'm going to be playing on Mania. I kind of set myself up with a strange little challenge here where I play Mania and I start with 1 life. And then I also don't allow myself to continue. So it's kind of a 1 credit run here. So a little timer. The reason why I pick Max on Mania is because he has the fastest completion time of the game. So he's the slowest character, but he completes the game the fastest. So it sounds a little bit weird, but he does the most damage to such a degree that it just makes him really fast to play with. He's got good kind of forward mobility, despite his really slow walking speed. His blitz move, his forward attack move, allows him to slide. So he actually can move in a straight line really quickly, if he has to. The main thing you might be doing with Max is constantly grabbing somebody. If there's enemies on the screen and you can grab someone, you've got advantage. Because now you can take that guy and throw him into his friends. Oops. Which I'm doing a really great job of right now. A lot of playing with Max is getting into a rhythm where you're grabbing one guy, you're taking him into the other guy. So I actually cannot tell whether or not I'm going to grab a guy and then he's going to, the next enemy's going to cooperate and just walk straight into my atomic drop. So the atomic drop is a move that I want to be using constantly with crowds. It's a striking move, so anyone who gets caught in it gets hit with it, such as these two guys here, these 2 signals here. And they both take equal damage for it. So if I hit 2 guys with it, 2 guys are going to take 65 points of damage, which is a lot. When if you consider that maybe a full life bar is 100 points of damage. I'm doing half a life bar's worth of damage to guys, and I'm doing it to multiple enemies. I can do it. There can be up to 5 enemies on screen at once in solo play, 6 during co-op. So I can hit. Theoretically, 5 guys with the exact same atomic drop. And you can just see how much damage I'm doing to this guy while using it. So I use a lot of, I don't know if it would be considered exploits or what. It's just part of the game. Maybe not necessarily, the way a programmer intended on someone to play the game. But I'm constantly flipping around to get to someone's backside. Once I'm in an enemy's hitbox, if I flip around, it'll just snap me right to his back. And then I can grab him from behind. And just do, a ton of damage to him. So you may have noticed that a signal just threw me there, but I landed on my feet. The way you do that is just hitting up and jump. So up and jump, when you get thrown, allows you to land on your feet rather than crashing to the ground and taking damage. When I have my back turned to a signal, the only thing he's going to do is want to throw me. So I can actually use that to my advantage by, facing one enemy, turning my back on a signal, and then just letting him throw me into the enemies. So this first level, I don't want to die on. If I do, it's it's not good. I really want to go through the first 3 levels with a no death. But this first level, between the first 3, I probably have the most trouble not dying on. Mainly because there's so many of the little Donovans and Galzias, and they're so quick, and they just are constantly pecking away at my health, that it's really easy to get killed when you're just being flooded by those guys. Max, I think, has a lot of trouble with those guys, the little guys that are quicker. Okay, I'm gonna... try and kill Barbin as quickly as I can. It's okay. Oh, this is bad. Okay. I was afraid I was going to actually get killed there. So Barbin can block, and during his block he takes damage. I'm not doing it properly right now. Oh, come on, Barbin. There you go. But during his block he can take damage. I was trying to do it, but my timing is a little off because I got to worry about the little guys hitting me as well. And he takes damage while he's blocking. So if I do a Thunder Tackle, which is my offensive special move, I can do a ton of damage to him. Because while he's blocking, I'm just going to be hitting him continuously and not knocking him down. So I can easily do a full life bar's worth of damage to him by doing that. Biker there. Yeah, it's got 3 guys in that. So I want to get this guy, but he doesn't want to come. And there's nothing you can do about it with an enemy that just wants to play a little bit more passively. So on Mania, these guys are pretty erratic. Most people might say that the enemies are just constantly attacking, and it does feel that way. But really, the way they're playing is very neurotic. It's just unpredictable. They're playing either extremely passively or extremely aggressively, or kind of a mixture of both. And yeah, it's just random. There's not a lot you can do about it. You can try and force them to come at you as best as possible, but really, oops, totally missed that one. Really, you're at the mercy of the game. Wow, my timing is off. Alright, now I'm in the truck. These guys are really... I don't know what they're doing. These guys are acting like they're at a rock concert and they're inside of a truck. It's not that big of a deal, guys. I've been in the back of the truck. It's not that exciting. One thing you're going to notice is that I can go really quickly if I'm hitting one enemy. But if I'm hitting multiple enemies, then I'm going to be hitting one enemy, then the next enemy, then the next enemy. And the game kind of prioritizes it like that, so hitting an enemy slows down your movement, it slows down your attack movement. So sometimes I'll slide into one guy, and then the guy behind him will end up being able to punch me. He'll get a jab off before I can hit him, because I'm hitting the first guy first, then the next guy. And as it turns out, like, you know, it happens a lot because Mania is just so fast-paced. The enemies move so quickly. Oh, okay. That it's easy for them to just get those jabs off in between moves. So a lot of Max playing is just working around his weakness, which is the fact that he's extremely slow. And since sliding's faster than walking, jumping is faster than walking, you're going to be seeing me slide and jump a lot in this game. Okay, so here there's a lot of lag, which means I lose a lot of inputs. So it may look like I'm just standing there, but I'm actually frantically hitting my buttons trying to get these guys dead. Alright. So normally you would trigger 2 jets and a gaggle of Donovans and Galzias, but since I went only a certain distance in, which is about where that stream of lights is on the building, I don't know if I want to go for the quick kill here, because sometimes I can mess it up and I've got them pretty low already. I think that's fine. If you do trigger everyone, killing the boss basically ends the level. So even if you have other guys on the screen and you kill the boss, you're done, which is nice. I'm going to wait here a little bit for this guy, because I don't like getting hit with the pipe. So with the pipes and the swords, Max has really good range, decent swing speed. He also hits in front and behind himself. So he's got a pretty big advantage with the pipe. Pipe doesn't do a ton of damage, but when you have a ton of enemies on screen, you're just hitting 3 to 4 of them at a time. It's pretty nice. The main thing to keep in mind with it is that the Max hits behind him first and then in front of himself. So it's a little bit faster to hit a guy from behind than in front. The disbenefit to hitting a guy from behind is that it's the pipe's shorter with his backswing than it is from his front swing. Yeah, you may see me, just grab a guy and then just kind of stand there and wait. And what I'm doing is I'm hoping someone will just come up and want to, party with us and get in on the hit. Like that guy, for instance. You may also see me, I have my back turned to the signals a lot. And when you're facing a signal, a lot of times if you're at a certain distance, they just won't move towards you at all. Especially if they go at a screen, you don't want to be hugging the screen trying to get them. You want to walk away from the screen to trigger them to come in. Also, if I have my back to them, then all they're going to want to do is throw me. And since I can get out of their throws without being injured, it's just a good strategy to use. Hey, buddy. So let's see if I can get this guy to come a little bit. Nope. Just went right past me. So you're going to be seeing me do that a lot. Max has a 4-punch combo. He does 2 kind of hammer fists. And then he hits with his elbow, which can hit up to 4 times. And then he does this power slam down. Now, going from the elbow to the power slam is pretty slow. So a lot of these smaller enemies can actually hit me before I can hit them with my final move. It's a little bit faster if I actually spin around and use my back hit. So to do a back hit, you hit punch and jump at the same time. And that is it's just faster than actually finishing my combo. So you're going to be seeing me do that a lot. So a lot of, playing with Max is just realizing that he's slow and using his faster moves, or just playing kind of to his advantages and trying to offset some of his slowness a little bit. These are the ninjas. If the ninjas are at a certain distance, it's easy to animation loop them where they want to do this spinning, flip towards you. Like so. And it makes them a lot easier to deal with, especially when you have a weapon. Otherwise, they are extremely annoying. So they can throw you, and then they can smack you. They're very, very, very fast. Let's see if I got this guy. Yep, okay. So this Donovan over here that spawns behind the trash can, he can spawn in a couple of different spots, and one of those spots is so far back that I can't trigger him without triggering all of these guys. So I usually move up pretty quickly, because the faster I get him in view, the closer he'll spawn to the trash can, so I can actually trigger him before I get all these guys on me. The main trick to Max is just having fast hands and knowing that once an enemy's on the ground, you want to keep them in screen. It's real easy to throw someone out of screen or to move in a way that gets them out of screen, but you want to keep them in screen. If you have them in screen, you pretty much have just about anybody dead, so long as they're in screen. It doesn't really matter what their health is. Once they're on the ground, you can just keep grabbing them and grabbing them until they're dead. Okay. Wow, this guy is MVP. MVP signal over here. So I want the sword for this mini boss that's coming up. Probably the most out of place thing in this game, maybe in any game ever. He's really, it's really this weird alien thing sticking out of the wall over here. Why he's there, what he's doing in this game, I don't really know. It's not just the look of him, it's really just, the way he attacks, how you gotta deal with him is, it's really odd. But yeah, he has a really strange hitbox. Having the sword makes it a little bit easier to deal with him. And try and get this Donovan to... There we go. Cooperate. Yeah, this Donovan really doesn't want to... There we go. Okay. But yeah, he can be a real pain to deal with without the sword with Max. He's a little bit easier with some of the other characters. But it can be difficult to know where his hitbox is in relation to, where you are, or how you're supposed to hit him. Okay, we're on boss number 3 over here. So I can get the quick grab off of him there. You want to stand a little bit in front of him. If you're kind of behind him going for his back, he'll actually grab you. What I'm doing here is, he gets to his feet and then I leave mine. So once I get that first initial crack off of him, I know I'm at the exact position I want to be at. He gets to his feet, I jump, and then I can, once he lands, I'll move forward, grab him from behind, and just suplex him. And I can continue to do that. It makes, once you're used to the timing on that, it makes it a pretty easy fight. Okay. So here's 4. So 3 had that section where I fought the Jack and the 2 Electras, the 2 women with the whips. And it gave me this preview of, oh, this game's going to get a lot harder than it has been so far. But 4 is really the first time where the game gets so hard, it's memorable how hard it gets. Four has an infamous elevator scene. The elevator scenes, if you play, you know, almost any beat 'em up, you remember most of the elevator scenes because they're really difficult. But if you play Streets of Rage 2, then you know that, you know, this game has the most difficult elevator scenes probably of any game ever made. Got trapped in there. See, they just, you know, decided to punch and move forward a little bit, and I just could not get away from them. That's okay. I do want to have full health for the elevator. But it's okay if I don't. There's a really, really, really high chance that I'll die on the 4 elevator. It's just a reality. It's one of those things where I have done a no death on it before. I've done a no death on it during a run a couple of times. You know, I can do no death on it during practice, but it's not consistent. I've never been able to get a no death on it and then play it again and get a no death on it again. It's just one of those things. It's so difficult. I was hoping I'd get you in on it too there. You're not going to see this move a ton. It's a grab move, Max's forward grab move. It does a ton of damage to guys. It's the most damage Max can do in a single move. But it takes a long time, and it leaves me really vulnerable. I cannot get out of that move. I can't special out of it. I can't do anything. So once I'm in it until I either, you know, finish it, kill a guy, or someone smacks me out of it. Alright, it's going to be 2 Electros coming over here. I'm going to try and get one of them a little bit alone. Nope. Jeez, that didn't go well at all. Nor did that. Huh? Yeah, so there are dangers to playing fast. I could have just triggered one at a time of them, which would have been nice, because then I wouldn't have to deal with, you know, one of them smacking me while I'm trying to deal with the other one. But I'm trying to play a little bit faster, so I just take the risks and hope for the best. Alright, kill this Jalzia, then I'm going to get 2 of these fat guys on me. And I'm going to hope that doesn't happen, where I just got smacked. What I want to do is grab one of them from behind and just, you know, crack them into the other one. Okay, and now I pretty much have them. And I can just keep them in this loop. Alright, so now it's full health going into 4, but my health's pretty decent. And we can just hope for the best. So, probably going to need some quiet time here. Okay. I really want that Donovan dead. Right now he's kind of being a jerk. Oh wow, I didn't hit you with that? Come on, man. Ugh. It's okay. Wow. See, the Galsy came towards me. I thought I'd be able to grab him, but then he just walked away like, you know, like a troll. Here we go. Yeah, so it takes that much to do 4. You really want to go into it full health, and even still, if you do have it, it's incredibly difficult. It's just so many guys doing so many different things. Okay, boss time. Woot woot! That went pretty good. Pretty good. Ooh, PB. Come on. Yeah, there you go. I wait a little bit for that guy. I give him his knife back because I'm one of those people who takes something from somebody who doesn't give it back. So picking up items gives you a little bit of invincibility frames, and I used picking up the money to actually avoid getting hit by that Galsy over there. There you go, Gudin. Oops. Okay. Yeah, in order to punch combo, it really just comes down to you get your 4-hit combo, and if you pause in between one hit to another hit for a certain amount of time, it'll reset your punch combo. So instead of doing your finishing move or your next punch, it just resets back to your original punch. And I use punch combos a lot on these slower guys. I don't want to get hit too much here, but it's okay if I do. So I like having some health for the kickboxers coming up on the next scene. You gonna get up? There you go. Got Donovan here. Do a little turnaround on my back hit for the speed aspect of it. Yeah, really it's just getting guys on the ground and then putting yourself in a position where you can get to them. before they can get up. Just waiting for that Galzia. There we go. Alright, next. Can I get to him? There we go. I don't know if I... Nope, I did. Yeah, so I'm just constantly putting guys where I know I can get to them again before they get up, so I've got advantage, and I can just insta-grab them. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go, guys. So when this guy was a boss in the first level, he had invincibility when he first got up for like a half second or so. So I have to work around that. Once he comes back into the game, though, as a mini-boss, he no longer has that. So I can just stay right on top of him and keep suplexing him, and there's nothing he can do about it. Alright, I'm coming up on a really difficult scene. So what's going to happen is 3 jetpacks come and just they bring an onslaught of Galzios and Donovans with them. What I'm going to do is try and trigger the jets one at a time by going to very specific spots. And then I can deal with the jets one at a time rather than all 3 of them coming and just murdering me. Come on. And then if I have time, after I do that, I can deal with the smaller enemies one at a time as well. Okay. So I don't want the jets to get too close. I want them at a good distance so that they're actually doing their little power fist dive bomb towards me. If they get too close, they can do this kick where they kind of fly up and kick at me, and the timing for it is really random, so it's hard to you know how to dodge it, because if they come real quick, I can't dodge it because I'm too slow to move. Or if they're going really slow, it's hard to time, when to hit them. Another thing they can do is just get right next to you, grab you, and huck you, and I don't want that to happen. I think that was... Yep, okay. So just like the jets, I can trigger these guys one at a time. So I'm pulling 2. That way I don't lose the sword. I don't lose too much health. I'm going to need it. Now I'll just get the last 2. 6 of these guys come all together. Let's get that health. It should be okay. Got a couple kickboxers. Knowing the timing of these guys when they get up is really useful. I just actually missed it right there. Because when they go out of screen, boom, I can just kill them right when they're getting up. Heard you. There's a ninja that comes off screen. He kind of flies into me. And I don't want him to hit me. He can hit me or he can throw me. And then he just keeps triggering more and more guys the more forward I go. A lot of this game on Mania is just knowing how to trigger the guys properly so that you don't have, a ton of guys on you. I don't know if I killed that guy or not. I wasn't paying attention. I'm going to assume that I did. So I want to get this ninja, but I don't want to get the other ninja. And if I go much past the other ninja, I'll get 2 bikers. So you can really easily go from having 1 difficult guy on screen to having 5 difficult guys on screen. And you really don't want that to happen. Okay. So there's 5 of these Galzias that come. And by holding left, I can cause an extra 2 of the 5 to come right now, rather than later. If I just sped ahead, I'd get 3 later rather than 1 later. So, hoping I'm not confusing you guys with the math, but it's all second grade stuff. So see, there's the last of the 5 Galzias. Alright, so I've got charges in my sword, so I'm going to want this guy to come at me, and then it's faster and safer to deal with him like this. So long as I hit him. Get my sword back, and now it's boss time. So long as this Galzia doesn't troll me too badly, I should be okay. So where I stand is in the shadow, right at the bottom of the shadow here, this top shadow. You can see the level kind of has 3 different shades to the ground. The top part is where I stand, and hopefully that doesn't happen where I get them on the wrong side of me, but it's okay if it does happen. The main thing I don't want to do is go past where that axe is, really the head of the axe. You don't want to go much into that, because it'll trigger the fat guy to come. You can see the fat guy just standing there laughing while I'm beating his friend up. He hasn't been triggered yet, and I don't want him to get triggered. It's safer doing this, so that's why I do it. And it works. I can get this guy killed, so why not? Okay. So that's the 5 boss. Alright, this part's pretty tough. Hopefully it works out to my advantage. What I'm going to do is try and grab a ninja, and then crack him into another ninja, which wasn't cooperating. But it didn't work. And the really tough part about this is that I don't want to go... Dang it, I'm going to die on this. That's really all there is to it. These guys. As you can see, like, when you lose the ninja, you know, a single ninja is not too big of a deal. 2 even is manageable. But when you've got 2 of them on screen plus, you know, a bunch of little guys, it becomes a lot more difficult. And gee, now my health is still really bad. It's not where I want it. So there's a good chance I'll die twice here, which would be terrible. So I don't want to die twice here. I want to live. So this really is a challenge for me of getting the best time I can, and also ending with the most lives that I possibly can. It's that mix of speed and grace. Yikes. Okay. Alright, so there's going to be 4 kickboxers. Really difficult enemies to deal with. I'm trying to grab them one at a time, but instead I got 3 of them, so now I'm just going to pull them all. They're very, very, very fast. So I've got to be anticipating what they're going to do. There we go. That's how you do it. That's the old ticket. That worked out pretty good. It's nice like that I had 4 of them on me at once. Come on, come on, come on. No, 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 go down. Ah. This guy loves just going around me and going out of screen for some reason. And it's the worst thing ever. Where's your friends, huh? Oh, okay. Got a buddy? Nope, alright. These guys are just taking a little bit too long for me. So you're going to be seeing me use backwards jump. You've probably already seen it. It really just comes down to jumping and hitting backwards and doing it in a specific timing to pull it off. It's not that difficult to pull off. There are times when it's impossible to do just because of the way the game inputs work. Oh no. See, I really don't ever want guys to be outside of the screen. When they're outside of the screen, they've got advantage. When they're inside of the screen, you know, it's a lot easier for me to get them on the ground and grab them. This guy's just wasting my time. Oh, he does this too. He just does not want to come. Come on. Okay. Let's try and get this guy dead real quick. Alright, I'm going to get 3 bikers here. Hopefully I can grab one and crack them into another one. Nope, they just decided that they were going to stop dead. Yep, that's the problem. These guys are so quick, you can just see them, you know, off my level and just run up right to me, no problem, and punch me before I can do anything about it. Got another biker here, and then I'll start working on the hefty guy over there. Punt. Alright, next guy, I'm going to punt him. If you go too far, sometimes you'll get a biker along with them, but looks like I did it properly. Alright, here comes a solo biker. Now then I'm going to get 3 of these guys on me. And I'm going to hope to be able to kind of kick them and group them together. And my timing was off on the get up. And my timing was off on the punch. These guys are just very quick. So you just have to be extremely quick. Yeah, when you hit punch with Max, he doesn't punch immediately. His punch kind of comes out a little bit slower than when you're pushing the button. So you have to compensate for that as well. Really where Max has speed is in the throws. When he grabs someone, you can throw him, then grab another person. Wow, I didn't get her. There she is. There's actually a dot on the ground that I use to trigger just her by herself. If I don't do that, I'll get her, another Electra, and a ton of bikers. Now I just gotta get the rest of them on me. Ah, come on. I'm in danger. Oh no. Tell me she's dead. Okay. Whew. So I had a lot of trouble doing 6 successfully until I saw a Gale Dog video which taught me this trick right here. Butt up against sandbag, backwards jump twice, and that puts me on the exact pixel it takes to trigger this boss without getting all the jets on me. Because he comes with 3 jets, which is big. Okay, good. And it's a lot easier just dealing with him by himself. So there's the jets. You saw them for just a brief second. So I'm a little over where I should be time-wise, but that's okay. I'm not, you know, going for a PB. It's really just that combination of having a really good run and good run, good time. Come on, Donovan. So after I kill these guys, I'm going to try and keep these two fat guys in a punch lock. The timing for it is really precise. Otherwise, you go too fast and him down, you go too slow and they'll smack you. They got a real quick punch. And they do a decent amount of damage, so it's not something you want to get hit with. I think I'm going to kill you quick. There we go. But it ended up working up. It ended working out pretty well. Yeah, you may notice I play these later levels a lot safer than the first ones. First ones I just was always having, you know, a ton of guys on me, and these later ones I trigger a little bit more one at a time, and for good reason. The guys are a little bit more aggressive the later on you go. They have more health, so they're harder to kill. Get hit by your own friend. And there's more dangerous enemies the later in the game as well. Come on. Oh, that hit me? Okay. Whatevers. Okay, so I'm going to be grabbing an Electra. I got to do some really quick movement here. Grab her from behind. And I go walk, 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 walk. So as you can see, there are conveyor belts in this level. It's difficult dealing with conveyor belts when you're a fast character. It's really difficult dealing with it when you're a slow character like Max is. Yeah. I'm not ashamed to say I have nightmares about this conveyor belt. I could do this a little bit faster by trying to grab this guy, but the conveyor belt makes it so difficult to time my grab that it's just a little bit safer to keep the guy hit with the pipe. I wish they gave me a sword for this scene, because it does a heck of a lot more damage, but they didn't, so I'll work with what I got. Try not to complain about it too much. Here we go. That's not good. So I don't want her on that side. I want her on this side. There we go. Now she's cooperating. Grab my turkey. Try and kick this guy out of the air to drop this little weapon there. So this part's pretty difficult. This game does a good job of grouping together enemy types that are really complementary, annoying to each other. Oh, couldn't do that quick enough. Get out of there. So, you know, a ninja and an Electra are two pretty annoying people to have to deal with. Okay, I just want to get him killed so I can get to her. And the conveyor belts make it really difficult to deal with this. And her kicking, you know, threw me. Alright. Oh, not bad. So, we're on an elevator, you know what that means. I mean, I dare you to find a harder elevator scene than this. Alright, I'm going to try playing top a little bit here. So I'm close to the turkey and I can grab it real quick when I need it. I'm going to have to deal with 3 jets pretty soon. And I'm not talking about West Side Story here. I'm talking about real jets. Oh my gosh. So these guys are annoying. The fact that they've got, you know, little helpers like Donovan's roaming around makes them even more annoying. And when I kind of get in a pickle like this, there's not a lot I can do other than just special spam. Okay, let's get out of there. Nope, missed that one. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. Okay, one more. Use it in a weird spot. There we go. Alright, now we got ninjas and samurais. I want the sword from this guy, so I don't want him to keep picking it up, otherwise we'll lose it like we just did right there. That's okay. I mean, there's not a lot I can do about it. Get him. Oh! Wouldn't really matter if I had full health or, you know, less than full health going into the next section. I'm gonna die anyway. But it's just, it's nice not dying. Not dying's nice. That's all I gotta say. Ooh. Yeah, the bikers being able to grab me makes it really difficult to deal with them in the way I want to deal with them. Yeah, also the get-up time. The kickboxers have a really slow get-up time once they're knocked down. The bikers have a really fast one, so it's hard to play with Max and kind of, you know, grab one guy, which is what I want to do, and just, you know, take him into another guy when he's taking, you know, 3 times as long to get up as the other guy does. I don't know. It's difficult to explain. It's one of those things you kind of understand when you're playing it. But I want to be grabbing people off the floor. And when they're taking a long time to get off the floor and the other guy can get to me before I can get him. Yikes. Get that Donovan killed. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. No, it's too soon. Too soon. Ah, come on. Man. I'm doing a bad job. That's all there's to it. Come on, come on, come on. Is that guy's dead? Not yet? Okay. Hopefully this works. I want this guy to drop 6 knives. I might kill him first. It's 3, 4. Come on, come on. 5. I gotta make sure he does it. Come on. There we go. That's 6. 1 hit away from it. Perfect. Okay, so if there's only allowed to be 6 items in the game at one time. The knives count as items. Now these robots, there's going to be 4 of these robots that I have to deal with. They have 2 attacks. One of them is their mace. You can see he's got this little mace arm. Another one is the I-beam laser. Now, both of these attacks count as items. And since there's already 6 items in the game, there's not allowed to be... their hitbox for those attacks just doesn't exist. So it's a pretty nice exploit that I get to use. Come on, guys. Come on. They have 2 other attacks as well that they can still use. One of them is, if I grab them, they can use electricity to get me off of them, so I don't want to grab them. Another one is when they die, they explode. And sometimes they explode kind of randomly. They'll have, you know, a hit left or so, and you'll run up to them to hit them, and they'll just explode right on you. So I want to keep them about here so I can keep them at a distance, and they won't hit me with their explosion. Max's hitbox is so big that if I was butt up directly all the way left to the screen, the explosion would hit me. But I'm actually a little bit away from the left of the screen, so their explosion's missing me. So I think I have 10 lives. So if I can pull off a 1 death... yeah, a 1 death here, I'll be good, but that's pretty dang difficult. Okay, so I guess I'd rather have the guy on the other side of me. There we go. Makes it a little bit easier. I can keep him off screen, and he likes to just jump right into the pipe. Hit it. Hit the pipe. Hey Donovan, how's it going? You gonna come, Donovan, or are you just gonna... He's like the most... Oh, this is the shyest Donovan ever. He's like, I don't know if I want to go over there. I'm feeling timid. Come on. There we go. After I kill this guy, I'm going to have Bear, who's the kind of boxer with the eye patch that I dealt with in Stage 5 as the boss. And now that he doesn't have the invince, I'm going to try and get a quick kill on him, which is just grabbing him and... Oh, I don't think I'm going to reach him. Nope, didn't reach him. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can get him on the ground. That's not bad. Except for if that thing's in my way. Okay, so I should have full health. Going into the 8th elevator. Well, an elevator again. You know what that means? It's going to be super hard. Get up. Get down. It's difficult dealing with guys that are getting up and moving at different speeds. Come on, there we go. Because I'm going to hit one guy, and then I'm not going to hit the other guy for some random reason. So it's just the way it is. Oops. Okay, so I really want to not die here, but it's a very difficult scene. Yep, and you know, this part especially is just extremely difficult. Okay, tricked ya. So it's annoying when, because you do get a decent life boost, about an apple's worth of life boost. You know, maybe 25% of your health or so. After each section of the elevator. So it is frustrating when, you know, you die. Oh man. Okay, so the main trick here is just to stick with the boss, because he's the one who's going to be murdering you the best. That was a little bit too soon. Dang it! Dang it all. Ah, this kickboxer. Gosh dang it. He just would not come at me. He just had to be so passive. Sometimes they're a little bit more aggressive. He comes at me, I can, you know, throw the boss at him or do something, but he just was so passive. He just came at me at the exact right time to kill me. Oops. Anyway, it's frustrating. You know, I've done a no-death 8 elevator, and that's always my goal, to have a no-death 8 elevator, but it's difficult, so... So, if Shiva's at a certain distance, he wants to just slide in at you, and then do this flaming kick and smack you. If you hold down your punch button long enough, for about 2 seconds, you'll do the 4th move in your punch combo, which is this hammer fist, and it's a knockdown move. So Shiva doing this, other than me just hammer fisting him before he gets to me, works out pretty well. Shiva likes to move around though. It's not something where you can just always keep him in that loop. He likes to be random. So let's see if I can get the back crack on X right off the bat. Nope, moved too much. Oh, there we go. Okay, so 7. Might have a 7 life end here. So long as this goes well for me. Is it going? Nope, it's coming towards me. Yeah, go up there and shoot. Do your little shoot guys stuff. Boom, there's X. Oh my gosh, 7 lives. And... oh! And I just PB'd. Nice! Well, 7 life end's good. I've done a 9 life end. Best I've ever done is a 9 life end. Well, technically it was a 10 life end, but 9 is the most lives you can have showing that you have. It does carry over into 10, so if you die from 10, you'll still have 9. But yeah, that's the fastest I've run it. And that was a pretty good life end, a 7 life end. A 9 life end would have been better, obviously, with this time, but that's asking a lot, I guess. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, my strategy for dealing with Mr. X is just to get off his level, be a little bit below him, so that if he starts shooting, I'm still close enough to him, kind of vertically, that I can just, you know, move in horizontally under him, and then come up behind him, grab him from behind, and back crack him. You do have to keep in mind where the little guys are. If one of them's off screen, or if you kill one, they spawn kind of coming in from either side. They alternate spawning coming in from either side. So I've got to keep that in mind while doing it, knowing that, oh, I just killed the guy. and I've got my back right to the wall, so a guy can come in and just punch me from behind. So that makes it a little bit difficult. But yeah, you know, I mean, my end goal is to have, which is difficult. It's easy to do if I'm just bomber running it and I'm not worried about my lives. But while worried about my lives, you know, I'd like to have a end with 9 life and do the run in under an hour, which would be incredibly fast and with incredibly high lives. Just an incredibly well played game. So that's really the mode I play on, is just how well can I play this game. Well, I'm Anthopants, this is Streets of Rage 2, Mania, no continues, 1 life, start, and thanks for watching.